Unacademy. Let's crack it.
Okay. Garima, tell me, with the schemes which have been launched like smart cities,
Yes, sir.
so there is a migration from the rural to the urban areas.
Yes, sir.
Now, in order to create more jobs in the rural areas,
Yes, sir.
what steps can be taken by the government?
Sir, to bring development and employment in the rural areas, I believe there is a need to strengthen and empower the locals themselves. For example, I would like to take an example of my state, which is Uttarakhand, which is prone to migration. There's a need to develop community-led tourism in that, where we are strengthening the locals to provide homestays to the tourists, and instead of hotels and restaurants, they are the ones providing services. So these are the things I believe.
So that B&B services already must be going on.
Sir, it is on a very little scale because there have been more, I believe, corporatization in a way that they are developing hotels, restaurants, and these are not owned by the locals themselves. So due to the need of employment, they migrate.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me what are the official and unofficial actors in public policy cycle?
Sir, official actors are the government, the bureaucracy, and the executive, the judiciary, whereas the non-official actors are...
One more.
Okay. Sir...
Executive is said, judiciary is said. One more
Sir,
is
legislative.
Legislature. Okay.
Yes, sir. And sir, non-official are the NGOs, the civil society, the people themselves.
So can you give some examples where a public policy was formulated at the instance of unofficial actors? Number one. A public policy which was formulated because of intervention of judiciary.
Sir, one by the non-official actors as Jan Lokpal movement, which has resulted into a Lokpal bill.
Okay.
And sir, with respect to judiciary, sir, I'll need some time to think right now. Sir, I believe decriminalization of homosexuality is one. This has been done through judicial intervention.
One of the very important policies which was formulated for empowerment of women.
So yes, sexual harassment, sexual safety at workplaces of the women.
Prevention of sexual harassment at
Yes,
workplace. Okay. All right. My last question is, what is the role of conscience in decision making, in solving ethical dilemmas before a public servant?
Yes. So may I take few moments?
Sure.
So conscience helps an individual to have a development of this self-awareness, to face, in order we face ethical dilemmas. So to come to a conclusion, there's a need for introspection, there's a need for the self-awareness, self-motivation. So all of these are developed by the ability of conscience, the critical thinking power. So this is something which comes from inner tendencies. So this is what I believe, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so some questions from sociology. Sociology is your optional.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you tell me 4 types of suicides Durkheim talks about?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So Durkheim talks about anomic suicides, egoistic suicides, fatalistic suicides, and altruistic suicides.
Okay, and the practical example of an altruistic suicide?
So one I can think of right now is the soldiers giving up their lives for the national interest.
Yeah, okay. Now, stratification, there are 3 main theories.
Yes.
Marxist, Weberian,
yes,
and structural functional theory.
Yes, sir.
Which of the theory describes the Indian society closest and the best?
So one, I feel structural stratification. It provides closest because it is believed that stratification is functional in its perspective. Also, one is Weberian stratification. I feel it is more aligned towards Indian society.
So, what are the three things he talks about?
So Weber.
Weber.
So Weber talks about stratification in terms of class, social status, and the power.
Okay. So, social status, how does it relate to Indian society?
Yes. So social status is more about the way of living of an individual and the lifestyle choices of the persons. So this is how I think that the lifestyle choices that we have in our society is leading to the stratification process.